everybody, welcome to the Black Sheep Props channel. I'm Steve and I'm here to teach you the tips, tools, techniques, and materials for building your very own super cool EVA foam props. Now in our last build we went video game when we built the Splash-O-Matic from Splatoon, also known as the Splash-O-Matic affair. You saw the epic paint fail, but the build was awesome! So if you missed that build, we're going to include the link to our channel's homepage in the description below, so you can go over there and check out Splash-O-Matic or any of the other cool builds we have there. But for this build, we're going to actually stay video game. So without further ado, Black Sheep Props would like to introduce you to the newest member of the family. Yes, indeed. Dig that, man. That is sweet. It is Fiora's knife from the Xenoblade Chronicles. Check that out. Wow. Look at all the cool details on the blade there. A lot of little cutouts and recesses. We've got a two-layered blade with the cool little bevel across the bottom of that inner piece. Really jamming. Cool tapered blade right there. And we've got the jamming handle. We've got the front and back sections of the handle that have that little inner trench in the middle, and we've got a sculpted, cool, contoured handle. So, in this episode, making an EVA foam Fiora knife, part 1. We're going to begin going step by step through how to make it. And if you want your very own, we have a template for this too, so we're going to include the link in the description below to our storefront, so you can go over there and check out all our templates. Pick one up for this if you want and build along with us, or just chill out. So, if you're ready to hit it, let's make something. Alright, we're going to begin building Fiora's hunting knife by doing the blade first, alright? This should be a pretty easy build. We're going to put support in here, alright? So we're going to make the body of our blade out of 6mm foam, and then we're going to be laying down some detail on both sides of it in 4mm each. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in and we're going to do this part first, okay? So we traced our template out. Now you could ignore all the marks on here except this right here. Those are the only marks that count right there. All right, we're going to be dremeling out a trench here and here, and we're going to be embedding our wood dowel. Okay, we have a 1/4" wood dowel. That's okay. We're going to come into our blade right to here. This mark is going to be the back end of the blade. The wood dowel is going to go into here. This space right here is for the collar piece that goes in the middle, and then this measurement right here from here to here will be our handle. Okay, so this is where we're going to cut it off at, but this is all going to be support. So let's go ahead first. Let's knock this off on the bandsaw. All right, there we go, all set. All right, now we're going to come in for this piece. And now we're going to be dremeling out this trench here and here, and we're going to be placing this inside of our trench right to there. All right, so actually what we need is we need to dremel right to there and right to there. All right. All right, here we go. We've got our gloves on, we have our dust mask on. You know what we always say, don't be a dum-dum. Do not dremel without your dust mask on. All right, we've got a round bit in. Here we go. All right, there we go. Is that about halfway? We can go a little bit deeper. All right, now we do the next one. That's not bad. That's not bad. We might need to go a little bit deeper on both sides. All right, that's pretty nice. Not bad. All right. Let's make sure we get all the dust off them though, all the Dremel dust, because we want good contact. All right, get a little bit down in the trench for our wood dowel. cement on our wood dowel. All right, there we go. Let's give this a couple minutes. You know the drill. Once all this dries, then the cement can make contact. Okay, now before we stick down, these end pieces right here, where we have the square drawn, and right here need to be cut off because the dowel needs to stick out of the end. So we're gonna come in here. All right, there we go. All right, now it's time to stick. All right, let's bring this in. All right, we've got our mark lined up. Now we gotta be careful. All right, now we're gonna have to get in here and try to see what the heck is going on. All right, we're gonna come over here. Let's keep this lifted up because we don't want it to touch down. Now we're gonna come in here. We're gonna line our edge up completely flush. All right, we want the edges lined up perfectly, just like that. All right, now we're gonna come down here and we're gonna look as we're laying it down to make sure that our dowel is indeed right in the middle of our trench, which it looks like it is, and bingo. All right. All right, there we go. We've got our dowel submerged in between our pieces of foam, so our blade's gonna be stiff. Now we're gonna come in with our 4mm pieces and start layering up. All right, so what we're gonna do, all right, so let's come in here, cut all of our pieces out. All right, okay, here we go. There's our 4mm pieces. Now we're gonna get a fresh X-Acto blade. Cut out right along our line. Beautiful, there's 2 of them right there. All right, now what we're gonna be doing, let's bring this back in, is when we're ready, we're gonna be using the top and the side edge as a template to line this up, just like that, and we're gonna do it on the other side as well. All right, but first, we're gonna continue cutting these out. We're gonna cut all of these inner pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're gonna cut those out next. So we're gonna get a brass tube. All right, let's sharpen our tube. All right, now we're gonna come in and we're gonna pop out all of the circles. All right, we're just gonna go right through on all the ends, just like that, like butter. And just go through all of them. All right, there we go. There's all of our holes cut out. All right, so now what we're going to do is this. We're gonna come in and we're gonna line our edge up just like that, right at the edge of the circle. And we're gonna go right through here, and then we're gonna line up with this edge of the circle, and we're going to go right through there, all right? There we go. Perfect. It's got a beautiful end on it. Now we're just going to come in with these and we're going to do all of the same cuts on all these pieces. All right. So we're going to come in over here. Circle to circle. Just like that. All right. Now keep going. And that's all you got to do. Super easy. All right, there we go. Now, once in a while, where your straight line meets up with your circle, you get a little glitch. All right, there we go. We cleaned up all of our little divots we had. Really nice and really easy. All right, we're gonna bring our piece back in. And right there in the corner, we're gonna line up flush at the back and flush at the top, and we're gonna stick them on both sides. All right. All right, there we go. Now what we're gonna do first, before we stick this down, we're gonna come in with these 2 pieces, and along the bottom edge of our blade, down here and down here, we're gonna get a nice taper in there. So let's draw a pattern. All right, there we go. All right, now we're gonna begin making a soft taper on here. Okay, now what I'm doing is I took another stiff piece of foam, okay? Because when you're dealing with something so floppy, you want to put this right underneath it as support, all right? All right, there we go. Look at that. We've got a nice taper on the inside edge, really nice. Now when we bring this in and we stick it down on top of here, we're gonna have this nice taper right here along the bottom of this part of the blade. Very cool. All right, now we're gonna come in and we're gonna do that on the edge of this piece too. All right, there we go. Now we've got the same thing done here. Now what we're going to do is this. On the tip of this blade, we're going to come in and we are going to slightly cut the tip off like that. All right, real easy. Got a nice tip there. We tapered on this side, cut the edge off. Now we're going to... All right, there we go. All right, now we're going to come in and line up at our corner. And we're going to line up flush with our edge right there. Okay, and we've got our end lined up. Now we're going to tap down right there. Now here, we want to make sure we take our time. We want to follow our Sharpie line around, curve our blade right into place, just like that. Nice. Just take your time, line everything up. All right, there we go. Very nice. Look at that. All right, we've got the cool tapered edge on there, and it goes down to a point at the front. Very cool. Now we're going to flip this over and we're going to cement this one in place next. Perfect. All of our prepping is done. We've got our details on both sides of our blade. Really cool. Now we're going to come in and bring our template back in again. That's what we have to cut out right there. Check that out. All right, now we're going to go over to the bandsaw and the scroll saw, and we're going to cut this outside part off. And what we're going to have to do too is it looks like we're going to have to come in here and let's see. All right, we're going to have to cut off in here. Okay, so we're going to have to do that by hand. All right, so let's get most of this done and then we'll clean this part up. Okay, here we go. We've got our blade guide lowered. Now wow, that is so nice. Look at that. Look at the cool taper right along here and the recesses. That is really cool. And we trimmed up right here like we were talking about. Not too difficult. Look at that thing, man. That is really crazy. Really crazy. All right, now we're going to do some shaping. All right, so let's draw a few lines on here. Actually, right down our center. Actually, we don't even need to do that because we can see the line. All right, let's draw it anyway so you can see it. Okay, there it is, going right down the middle. You can completely see it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to get our Dremel back out again, all right? And we're going to come in and we're going to bevel from right here to the center. Just like that, all right? We're going to bevel this whole edge down so it tapers to a point, all right? Cut our blade to a tip right there and right there, all right? All right, we just cut our blade off at a tip, all right? Now when we start dremeling, we've got a point there. All right, there we go. Look at that. We tapered right to the tip, right to the center, okay? We tapered right to the center of our blade where we were marking our line. All right, now we got a little bit of a heel right here that we want to trim up. All right, there we go. We cut that heel off. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to Dremel this whole edge off right up to the center peak, giving us a nice taper. All right, let's hit it. All right, check it out. Look at that. Comes to a taper right down the center of the blade. Very nice. So we have this little tapered edge in this inside piece, and then we tapered the blade to come to a point right in the middle. Look at that, man. That is crazy. All right, let's round off some of these little edges right here. All right, there we go. Now, we're going to come in with our 220 sanding stick and we're going to smooth out that beveled edge just a little bit. All right, now what we want to try to do is we just want to try to clean up some of these bandsaw marks, all right, on the top. All right, now we're going to come in with our heat gun and we're going to seal this to tighten it up. All right, look at that. That is a cool blade right there. Really cool. All right, take this bit off. Okay, now what we did is we put our slightly larger Dremel bit on. We're going to make rivet here on both sides. All right, there we go. That is not too shabby. We've got the cool taper right down here. And then we've got the really cool one that goes to the peak right here at the bottom. All right, love it. All right, now we're going to begin doing the piece that goes right here at the back of the blade. And we've got 6mm and 4mm. We've got simple rectangles and some circles to cut out. All right, so let's do the simple rectangles first. All right, there's 3 pieces here. Real. All right, there we go. Give it a couple minutes. Let's just put it right back inside of our Sharpie mark that we made so we know we're perfectly centered. All right, there we go. Now we're going to come in and we're going to stick this down and we're going to have that cool little recess in there. Really easy stuff. All right, we're going to line it up. Looks pretty centered. All right, there it is. Really simple stuff. All right, now this is going to be coming in on our handle, and it's going to be sliding on, and it's going to go right up against there like that. So what we did was we marked our center point, which with a rectangle or a square is super easy. Just draw corner to corner, and that's your center. So we're going to go and poke a hole out right now on the drill press. All right, there we go. There's a hole right through the middle for our dowel, but before we do that, we're gonna soften the edge with our Dremel. Let's get our gloves on. All right, there we go, just a slight soft edge. Let's seal it now. Look at that, beautiful. Nice and tight, slightly rounded corners. Now we're gonna... super glue right there around the wood handle. And then bring this through, and we're gonna make contact right there. Okay, now what we've done is we have contact cement, sticking it on contact cement, and we put super glue on the dowel, so we are super sturdy right there. All right, there we go. We've got our front part of our handle done. Now we're gonna start to actually build the handle next. All right, here's 2 pieces of 12mm. We're gonna begin making our handle. All right. Perfect. Now we're gonna here. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. We're gonna make our handle. Now what we want is we want a 12 and a 3 for this half, and a 12 and a 3 for the other half. And we're going to Dremel a trench down the middle, just like we did for the blade. Okay, so we're gonna start by attaching these together. All right, here we go. Now what we're gonna do is this, all right? We're gonna figure out exactly where this needs to go. So this is gonna come in and go just like this. Right there, and right there. All right, so there is where we're gonna be dremeling out of. All right, now we're going to transfer our lines over to the side so we know where they go. All right, there we go. Right there and right there. All right, now we're going to be bringing this over to the same. All right, let's transfer our marks here and here. And here and here. All right, there we go. All right, now we know when we stick these together, they're gonna line up perfectly. All right, sweet. So now we're going to be dremeling out this trench. Just like very nice. Very, very nice. All right, so now what we're going to do is this. Take off a little bit of our wood handle right to there on the bandsaw. We got cement on our dowel and on both sides of our handle. All right, now what we're going to do real quick, we forgot to do something first. We're going to come through here, and we're going to take these two corners off. All right, just like that. Now we're going to draw the line there and there. Okay, we should have done this first, but we didn't. We messed up a little bit. Okay, now, let's see, without touching it together, we'll probably be good here. All right, so now we're ready. We're gonna. Okay, we've got it up against the handle there and into our trench. All right, see that? Lay our trench down just like that. All right, there we go. Dig that. Now we can knock this out on the bandsaw and we'll be in great shape. All right, there you go. Really cool, really easy too. We got all the way through the blade and almost all the way through the handle. We just saw us end up in the episode by sandwiching the two halves of the handle together. So far so good, and as usual, super easy. Very cool. That concludes making an EVA foam Fiora knife, part 1. Hope you liked it. If you did, give us a like, share us with a friend, and subscribe to this channel. And together we're going to go step by step through a lot more super cool builds so that you get the props you deserve. Thanks for coming. See you next time.